The meeting will come to order. Before we begin, we'd like to have a pledge of allegiance led by Lieutenant Randall. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. The following matters will come before the Revere License Commission today. This is our regularly scheduled meeting. This meeting is previously filed with the city clerk. The first item will be the approval of minutes of the December 20th, 2023 meeting.
I move to approve.
I will make a motion. You want to make a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
I'll second the motion.
Very good. Those minutes are approved. The next item on the agenda will be applications submitted for consideration. Item number 1 is the Revere Beach Partnership, Waterfront Square. Chris Puya is the event manager. This is an application of the Revere Beach Partnership for a one-day all-alcohol and entertainment license to be exercised at Waterfront Square on Saturday, February 3rd, 2024, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., with a rain date of Sunday, February 4th, 2024. The event is Winter Ice Sculpting Festival and Winter Market. The expected attendance is 800 to 1,000. Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Chris Puya, 150 Beach Street, Revere.
Very good. Can you explain briefly what you'd like to do with this license?
Sure. On February 3rd, the partnership's looking to host a winter event. We're calling it the Winter Wonderland. It's going to be an ice sculpting competition, so there'll be 4 to 6 ice sculptors doing live carvings at the base of the bridge, and then up at the top of the bridge, we're looking to do a beer garden, kind of in the same area that we've utilized before, the same area we did for the Pumpkin Dash, kind of that MBTA Plaza. Expanding the area next to Fine Line, and then inside of the Spring Hill Suites, they're actually letting us utilize their ballrooms, and we're going to have a number of craft and art vendors at the event as well.
So the craft and vendors are going to be inside the hotel? Is that?
That's correct, yep.
Okay. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions? Do you have any questions?
No, I have no questions. I've been reading the advertising. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hopefully the weather holds out.
Yes, so I have no questions.
Same. It looks like it's everything seems to be in order, and I'm looking forward to the event.
Very good. I will close this section of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Anybody that would like to speak on behalf of the Revere Partnership? I don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Is there anybody opposed to the Winter Ice Sculpting Festival? I don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss it further or make a motion?
Well, if there's no other questions, I'd make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
Very good. The application for a one-day all-alcohol and entertainment license for the Revere Beach Partnership is approved. That license will be exercised on Saturday, February 3rd, 2024, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., with a rain date of Sunday, February 4th, 2024, for the Winter Ice Sculpting Festival and Winter Market. Thank you very much. Item number 2, Commonwealth Auto Body, Inc., DBA Commonwealth Auto Sales, 335 Lee Burbank Highway. Andrew Sika is the manager. This is an application for a change of corporate structure and change of manager. The application of Commonwealth Auto DBA for a change of corporate structure and change of manager from John Sika. No other changes to the license at this time. Your name and address for the record, please.
Andrew Sika, 335 Lee Burbank Highway.
Very good. Can you explain briefly what the change in corporate structure is and what the change of manager is?
Yes, so originally we were a DBA. We did change over to an S Corp with 3 officers. And because of that, we want to transfer the auto license to coincide with that S Corp.
Very good.
Everything else will remain the same.
Is everything going to stay the same?
Exactly, correct.
Very good. Do you have any questions for us, gentlemen?
I have no questions, as long as there's being no changes to the ownership there, the business itself,
Everything will be the same.
be the same?
Yes.
Okay. No, I have no questions.
Sam, I have no questions for you.
Very good. We will close this section of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Is there anybody that would like to speak on behalf of this change of corporate structure? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Is there anybody opposed to the Commonwealth Auto Sales change of corporate structure and change of manager? Don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this further or make a motion?
Again, I have no other questions, and if my colleague doesn't, I'd make a motion to approve.
And I'll second that motion.
Very good. The application for a change of corporate structure and change of manager for Commonwealth Auto Body, Inc., DBA Commonwealth Auto Sales is approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item number 3, Hot Dog Al Corp., DBA Boss Hot Dogs.
3:30.
I know we got some communication that he was gonna be late, so, let's table that until the end of the meeting. Item number 4, Agueta and Peach Corp., DBA Carnival Latino Restaurant, 7B Everett Street. Julia Duarte Alarcon is the manager. This is a hearing into the status of the security changes that were made, and we had this is a continuation from the October meeting. Your name and address from the record, please, sir.
Joel Limos, 7B Everett Street, Riviera.
Very good. So how are the changes going? How is the restaurant?
It's doing much better, thanks God. Everything is doing good. Well, no issues.
Have you had any problems filling the details?
No, at all.
How often are you getting the details?
Fridays and Saturdays.
Okay.
Now, I know initially you were having trouble with the people who had left. Have the people returned? Is your business?
No, they haven't come anymore, and we don't let them in either. Anyways, if
Okay.
they come, but they haven't come. We haven't seen them anymore.
What
Sure.
about business? Has there still been a decline in business, or is that starting to turn back around to where it was before?
It's starting again
To come back around.
yes.
Very
What time are you closing?
We closing at 2. Our last call, we turn on the lights like at 1:10. We start to turn on the lights so people,
And when do you stop admitting people into the restaurant?
excuse me?
When do you stop? What time do you stop allowing people in?
At 1,
At 1 o'clock.
yes,
Good.
yeah.
Good. I've come by there several times. I've sat outside and I haven't seen anything or heard anything. Seems like you're doing everything right.
Yeah,
I see the security in the front. I see that you have, I've seen you constantly coming out, and going back in to make sure everything's good. So, I haven't heard anything since.
Very good. Do you have any questions, Commissioner Bernard?
I have no questions, no.
Very good. Well, it seems as if the things we put in place are working. So, I mean, if I don't see any reason why we just can't file this hearing. I mean, there have been no complaints from the police department, isn't that right, Lieutenant?
No, I checked the logs, there's been no calls for service down there. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary,
Very good.
Question: did we impose the detail Friday and Saturday?
Yes, that was part of the conditions of expanding the hours.
Right. How was the cost associated with that? Is that at a
It's-
significant cost?
tough, yeah.
That's
It's
what I
like,
Helps.
I mean,
I
it's,
mean-
because sometimes it gets, our sales is not like that high to keep that.
And that's what I
payment,
suspect. So I was thinking, I'm not sure if the detail would still be necessary or if that's the main catalyst for the deterrent that's been happening. But I would entertain, possibly eliminating that.
No, I don't see why we would mess something up that's been working. If it's been working, why would we take away the thing that's been working?
It was only imposed, it was only imposed to stop what we believe was an issue that was brewing at his restaurant. And
Right.
There hasn't been any, so.
Well, so I guess it worked.
Maybe
That would
Lu-
be my situation.
Maybe Lieutenant Randall can help us, because in the past, we've done that. And when things started working out and, you know, they realize you're not going to tolerate that, we have taken that away. But I'd like to hear maybe from Lieutenant Randall that we've done that in the past and how you feel it worked out when we reversed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the discretion of the commission. We just provide the service. I mean, I've seen it over the years go both ways. I mean, we removed the detail and problems ensue, and the detail's been back, and we've removed the detail and things have been fine. I mean, it's, you know, it's up to every establishment to keep, you know, to keep the peace at their licensed premises.
I think that we should allow this business to operate, you know, under their own autonomy without, you know, being monitored by the Revere Police Department. If there's an issue that arises, I think that, you know, we can bring them back in, but this has a potential chance of being into perpetuity, in my opinion. When will we ever see this restaurant back in there unless there's a problem?
When he comes back in and asks. I mean, if you want to make a motion, feel free to make a motion and see if you can, you know, if one of us will vote on it.
Well, I'd just like to ask one question. When you have the police detail, how many do you have on a Friday and Saturday evening?
We have one, how many, like,
Officers.
Officers?
we have one, and I have the two securities from our own.
You have private security also?
Yes, we have two. I have one in the bathroom area, just, you know, checking, and one in the doors. And after like, 11:30, when it's more like adults, we search people so nobody can bring any stuff and to try to keep safe. I mean, just, you know, extra,
All right,
yeah, so the customers, they can see we are taking care of the place, you know.
all right.
Now,
I am
just-
a little reluctant to not have detail where you've had the problems, but I do understand that it can be very costly to the business, and you would still have your own security there.
We have to. We still have two securities. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sunday.
Okay.
And if I can recall correctly, when all of this, when the reports were coming with the potential gang activity that was showing up at his business, from what he represented the last time, they only had one security staff. So since coming back in front of us, he then hired another security person to not only monitor the door, but also monitor the activity
Yeah.
inside. So, you know, my concern is the cost. I mean, I'm thinking that if the reason why we imposed the detail Friday and Saturday was his busiest days, this gentleman came back in front of us and reported a significant decline in his business, the inability to maintain under that condition, but things have turned around for him. I'm happy to hear that, but I'm also concerned that requiring that he has a detail every Friday and Saturday going forward, essentially into perpetuity, because there's no end date, it's concerning to me. So I would like this gentleman to go back to the way he was operating. It seems like he's taken the right measures to correct the issue, and hopefully we'll never have to see this individual back in front of us for this type of problem again.
Well, that would be all well and good. However, when he came here initially and when there were problems, he did not have a 2:00 closing. He came in and asked for expanded hours. And so one of the reasons and one of the contingencies we put on the expanded hours was the fact that he maintained a police detail, and then we would give him the expanded hours, which is what we did. So it seems to me that by giving him the expanded hours and then removing the police detail is a situation where we are asking for problems. But I totally get it. This is
I
a
do.
board, and you guys have votes, and like I say, if you want to make a motion, make your motion.
I would
Well,
move
I
to-
feel, excuse me, I just feel, which are your busiest evenings, Friday or Saturday night? Which your largest crowd?
Fridays.
Friday is your large
Yeah.
crowd.
It depends. Sometimes Friday or sometimes Saturday. Like that, like these past 2 weeks, it was very slow.
I don't know, I'm kind of going down the middle because I agree with both of my colleagues. So what if we only required one night? Okay, and then, say Friday night you didn't have police detail, and see how that works out from them. If he starts having problems on the Friday evening, we'd have to go back to the two. Just for a trial, kind of a trial base. Because I'm not too sure, I do agree with Commissioner Solovich that, you know, there were problems, there were gangs there, and, you know, our job is to protect the city, that's what we're here for. So maybe I would go with a motion that you would think Friday night's your busiest, Steve?
I think Saturday better. The Saturday,
Saturday.
yeah.
So what if we did it on a trial basis and just required you to have police detail on Saturday evening as a tryout? And then, of course, if we have a problem on those Friday evenings or your security finds it's too hard to handle, then we'd have to go back to the 2 evenings.
It's good to me.
So,
And come back in 6 months
Yeah.
and see how it goes. And if you
Yeah.
you can always.
Yeah, that works. That helps. Totally fine, yeah.
So I would make a motion.
So
Okay.
the motion would be, we're gonna reduce the police detail to one night, which is Saturday, and come back in 6 months and see how that's working. Is that what you wanna
and
propose?
well, yes, that's what I want to propose, but that's saying that we don't have a problem on that Friday evening, we may have to call you in earlier, because I would want to change it right back to the 2
Yeah,
nights,
and-
so, and see them in 6 months unless we have a problem.
Unless we have a problem.
Then we'd probably call for a special meeting. So I would go along with eliminating Friday nights, have one night police detail, see you back in 6 months. Unless there's a problem, it would be sooner.
Thank you so much. It depends how it goes. If we think it's necessary, we also can just call it for Fridays and Saturday too, depends how.
On your own, right?
Yes,
If you
in
realize-
case, in case we need it, we don't need to wait until we come here if we think we need it. So,
And for the record, I'd second that motion.
Very good. I'll be opposed, and that motion carries, so you will now, the motion is that you will have a detail on Saturday night.
okay,
Your hours will stay the same. Revisit in 6 months.
okay,
If we have any situations, we'll call you in sooner,
okay.
and that's it.
Yeah, thank you
All right?
so
And the
much.
rest of it is filed. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
The next items are communications. A notification from the Massachusetts Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission of approval of the application for a change of manager and change of officers for Beachmont VFW, Post 6712. Notification from the Massachusetts Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission of approval of the application for a change of manager for Revere Restaurant Operator LLC, DBA Mission Beach House. Another notification from the Massachusetts Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission of approval of the application for a change of manager for 99 West LLC, DBA 99 Restaurant and Pub. The next items are license renewal, an entertainment license for Baja Inc., DBA Papa Jack's, 327 Broadway. A common victular license for Target Corporation, DBA Target Store T, 1942 at 36 Furlong Drive. 7-Eleven Inc., DBA 7-Eleven 3752OH, that's at 140 Beach Street. A common victular for Baja Inc., DBA Papa Jack's, 327 Broadway. A parking lot license for DTG Operations Inc., DBA Thrifty Car Rental, 40 Lee Burbank Highway. Class 2 motor vehicle dealer license, Bob's Auto Body Service LTD, 1456 North Shore Road, Wonderland Auto Inc., DBA Wonderland Auto, 1176 North Shore Road, Noah Auto Body Repair and Sales, Inc., 1087R Broadway. And that concludes the license renewal. Does anybody want to make a motion, or you
Well,
want to?
I don't know if you're
discuss them.
gonna, you wanna put that on next month?
Well,
or-
let's finish this and we'll
Oh,
put them
sure.
on. All right, so these are the license renewals.
Make a motion to approve?
I second that motion.
Very good, those licenses are approved. The next item on the agenda is item number 3, Hot Dog Ow Ow Corp., DBA Boss Hot Dogs. Is there anybody from Boss Hot Dogs here?
They said they'd be here at 3:30.
We could wait 7 minutes, no?
It's the kid from school. These are the people who are the kid from school, they're gonna just bring their kid up and transport with it.
So, wait 10 minutes?
We're not usually done this early.
Right.
Okay, well, we'll go into recess for the next 10 minutes. I'll make a motion to recess for 10 minutes.
I'll second the motion.
Very good. right, so we're gonna go back into session. All right,
We're on the record, Lynn.
the meeting will come to order. All right, the last item on the agenda is an adjournment. I make a motion that we adjourn till February 21st.
I'll second the motion.
Very good, that motion is approved. Thank you very much. That concludes today's meeting.